Good morning, afternoon, or evening, everyone. Today, I'm going to be covering the Tier 10 Tech Tree Destroyer, the Burrows. It's actually new. I just got it now, so this is my first time actually playing it. What is it? It's an American gunboat. It's got 137mm guns, so I believe the largest guns. Oh, well, actually, I was going to say the largest guns for an American destroyer, but USS Hull exists, so I'm wrong. If you're wondering what build I'm going to be running for this video, it's this one. I actually stole it from PQ because I actually didn't play this ship before, so we're gonna have to steal some builds, and this is the build he was running, so we're gonna be using that build. But if you do enjoy the content, guys, I would appreciate a sub to the channel because over 50% of you are unsubscribed, so maybe you're unsubscribed and you don't know it, so I'd greatly appreciate if you subscribe to the channel. It helps me out a lot. And if you do enjoy the videos regardless, do leave a like. I would greatly appreciate it. But back here in the Burrows game, so we did not take AFT here, but we do have 13.1 kilometer gun range, which is pretty nice. Our torpedo range is 10.5, so it looks like they are Fletcher torps, maybe, or at least very similar to Fletcher torps. And we have this unique smokescreen mechanic, this 3 minutes and 20 seconds, it says. So the cooldown is 19 seconds, which is pretty fast. And you're wondering, what does this number 3 minutes 20 seconds mean? Well, in this case, it means basically we can use the smokescreen whenever we want. The smokescreen only lasts, I think, 5 seconds, so it's not that good. I think 5 seconds, so it doesn't last a long time. It's like crawling smoke, but we can turn it off whenever we want, which is actually nicer than the crawling smoke mechanic. I actually am not a big fan of this crawling smoke mechanic in something like Vampire, for example, because when we use it, we're kind of forced to stay in the smoke forever, and we cannot disengage at all. Now, these gun angles are not good when you're kited. Look at that. I'm a bit worried about this Libertad, but I'm actually going to start opening up. We do have semi-armor piercing, which is maybe something you have noticed already. So we should be able to get... Whoa! 5,000 damage, okay. At 5,000 damage again. Pretty interesting damage output there on the first 2 salvos, so that's pretty nice. We chunked them down quite significantly, actually. I'm thinking of taking a smoke screen here, but actually we're out of the Libertad's secondary range, so I don't mind. Actually, we're not going to take a smoke. He did shoot me though, so I'm going to try to slow down. Our top speed is 42 knots here, which is actually pretty fast for an American destroyer, especially a destroyer of this size. We've got a solid 28,800 HP, which is pretty decent for pretty much any destroyer at this tier. This destroyer is quite large though, as you can see by the hull size. So we are easy to hit. It reminds me of the old box gearing pre-buff, of course, before it got its hull lowered. I am grinding my way to the Laffy slowly, the other tier 10 American destroyer, but I'm still grinding my way towards it. Unfortunately, we didn't get that kill there, so you're gonna have to keep waiting for the Laffy review, unfortunately. I'm sure some of you might be interested in that, maybe not. Anyway, so in this case, we got... Well, we didn't really use any of our smoke screens, but we're still up to 32,000 damage, which isn't that high, I guess. But let's take a look at this ship. So I did buy the permanent camouflage, because you know me, I always need to buy the permanent camouflages. It's very cheap, so there it is. This is what it looks like. So I think this is actually a unique hull. I think this is a completely new hull in the game. I don't remember seeing any of these guns or the hull or the superstructure. It seems like it's a completely new ship design. Now I also have the tier 8, 7 and 9 if you want me to cover those, but they are a bit lower tier, but I'm sure some of you guys who are grinding through the line might want to see those as well. But anyway, we're trying to get in gun range here. I'm trying to move towards the middle of the map here to try to get into gun range of something, because as you know, we do not have AFT in this build. Ooh, looks like we found ourselves a Hindenburg. We're gonna slow the ship right down and we're gonna smoke up. So we're gonna show you that smoke mechanic. We did shoot a bit early, which means the Hindenburg might actually shoot us in return, but that's okay. We're gonna go 1/4 speed forward and we're gonna crawl forward. We got that increased damage buff finally. We've got 10% increased damage. Oh, Hindenburg's getting smashed. Yeah, he might die here. Probably not to me, but we are doing decent damage. Oh, someone smashed him. Oh, we might kill him here. Oh, yes, definitely. This Sep does quite a lot of damage, actually. That's probably because the gun caliber is quite high as well. What's our damage? 3.3k with, of course, the arms race 10% increase. But the ship itself gets 3k sap damage, which is pretty decent. We got 5.4k on that vampire there. 5k again. Okay, watch out with your destroyers, guys. You might get a bit smashed if you're not paying too much attention. Ooh, he's back. We do also have HE. I have not used the HE yet. I'm actually going to speed up here. Leave the smoke. I'm going to run towards the next rock. And as you see, I turned off the smoke screen there. I press T to turn it off. It instantly turns off. And the cooldown starts, so you can start getting the next smoke screen up. This is Wisconsin. Dead. Okay, cool. Instant death. By the way. Up to 83,000 damage. Torps, where? That's really unfortunate, because I kind of wanted to farm that Wisconsin, so I kind of needed him alive. But, you know, it is what it is. So we're going to probably go for the Barbiano next. Maybe we get this reload buff for our team, and then we go for the Barbiano. We are kind of winning the game a bit dominantly, though. So maybe slowing that down a bit might be beneficial for our damage count, potentially. Oh, there's a Barbiano. I'm going to actually slow my ship down. I'm going to keep shooting. You know, why not? I'm going to keep shooting, so we get some damage output. While some spotted bow in. Reload increase. We kind of need that right now. Because the game's about to end, so... We're a bit lucky here because we don't have to worry about torps from the Barbiano. But he is broadside, so let's actually switch to him. Because he's distracted. He forgot. Well, he thought I forgot about him. But actually, I've just been pretending to not notice him. I'm going to speed up. I'm still going to use this smoke, actually. Because I want to run out of it just to spot him. And then go dark again. Let's see if we can spot him. Torps! Whoa, there's another destroyers too! I might get smashed. We'll see. 4.6k though. Holy... Okay, big damage, actually. But I'm getting smashed by this Barbiano. Oh, we got a radar up, though. Thank you, teammates. Reverse. Please. Okay. We're back into combat effectiveness mode. Trying to get some damage output on these DDs. Now, we did get smashed pretty hard there by the Barbiano. Of course, sap. I just realized the concealment on this ship is actually pretty decent at 6.5. For a ship with 30,000 HP, that's not too bad. Now, I know Trump has, I think, yeah, 5.9 detection with 30,000 HP. But it's okay. We got this big damage output sap, which I kind of like. Ooh! Free GK potentially. Let's go close and maybe we can get some damage. Now, I only have 42 seconds left on my smoke screen, so we kind of have to be a bit... I'm gonna have to be a bit careful with using it. But there's not really much left in this game. All we're gonna do here is farm the remaining amount of damage we can. We're gonna try Torp in the general direction of this Trump Barbiano. And hopefully we get something. I'm a bit worried about getting outspotted by a Trump. But the Trump's not gonna run into me because I have a Petro right behind me. So that's not gonna happen. I think what we do here is kind of run it down into this GK and then shoot him for the remaining amount of damage if possible. I'm actually going to open up now for fun. I know it's probably I'll die instantly, but it's fun, right? Dying instantly is always fun. Oh! Free damage. Look at that. Now we do have the double reload buff from Arms Race and we do have a single reload buff or damage buff from Arms Race as well. So you are going to see some marginal improvement with the actual damage output here. But that's okay. We'll take it for fun. Fighting the Libertad was a bit of a downside this game. So I guess getting some arms race damage buff in return is always much appreciated, right? Hopefully we can finish the GK off, potentially get one more kill. I think that's game over though, because I think the Trump kited out, because there is a radar here. So it's a bit risky for him. We should be able to finish. Just GK, please, no! I didn't get him, but that's okay. Oh, also I healed this game. I forgot to mention, we did heal a bit, even though this thing doesn't have heal. That's of course because of the arms race. But this is a live commentary game, just to let you know. So whatever game I got is what I'm gonna feature, which is kind of random because I could have gotten a 0 damage game, or I could have gotten, well, in this case 170k, which isn't too bad actually. But of course we did have some slight arms race buffs. Well, slight, quite a lot. Looks like the back gun is 360, but the front guns are not 360. Overall, a pretty good ship indeed if you like gunboats with sap, especially. To be honest, I actually think I might prefer playing this over a Attilio Regolo because of the reload mainly, actually. But I haven't played Regolo in quite a long time, and maybe I should. So guys, let me know if you want to see a Regolo video in the future, potentially. Or if you want me to cover the remaining ships in the Burrows line. But I'm kind of happy we have another American Tech 3 destroyer line, because I love American destroyers in general. So that's pretty cool. Well, then we have Laffy to cover in the future as well. But that's game. For personal score, we ended up doing 171,330 damage, 360 shell hits, 1 kill, 1 fire, 1 assisted in cap, 4 spotted ribbons, and 2 buffs picked up. We got 1 here. Of course, that's from our base XP, because we got 2.5k base XP, which is pretty decent actually, since second place got 1.8k. I believe it was the Petro or Stalingrad radar that helped us out earlier to scare those destroyers, so I'm actually going to compliment both of those ones because they helped me out. On damage wise, as you can see, most of our damage came from semi-armor piercing. 21k on that Hindenburg, 51k on the GK, 32k on the Incomp, 23k on the Trump, 21k on the Vampire, and then 10k and 7k on the Wisconsin and 2k on the Barbiano. To keep in mind though, our earlier damage, those 4k salvos came in before we had any damage buffs, which is pretty interesting. The ship seems to be doing quite a lot of damage per salvo, of course. But here you go. This is the credits and XP for my commander build. Oh, by the way, this is the new 10-year event port, which is pretty cool. Quite cool indeed. But let's take a look at my commander build. Preventative maintenance, last stand, survivability expert, concealment expert, fearless brawler, adrenaline rush, main battery and A specialist, and grease the gears. For my equipment, I have main battery mod 3, concealment system mod 1, prop mod 1, aiming system mod 1, engine boost mod 1. If you don't have that, I will take engine room protection, and then main armaments mod 1. If you take the smoke screen, doesn't do anything, it looks like, so it's probably not worth running. And you can't even take the smoke mod, it looks like. So I don't think you can actually upgrade the smoke duration from 3 minutes 20 seconds. That's kind of what you have, it looks like. So I would not, well, this one you get quicker cooldown, but the cooldown's already really fast, so there's no point. It looks like you get 3 minutes 20 seconds no matter what build for the smoke, so that's kind of what you get, which is pretty interesting. For the actual armor layout, if we have any hidden values, no, it's all 19, just standard destroyer. Actually less armor than gearing, funnily enough. But for our exterior camouflage for the Burrows, we've got this lovely two-tone camo. It's quite an interesting camo actually. It's not a simple one color design, so that's always greatly appreciated. It looks like some sort of tiger style. We've got the alternative, which also looks pretty good, a bit more defined. But I'm gonna go in with the normal version of the camouflage, which is a bit not as cool, I guess. For the location of the Burrows, where do you find it? In the tech tree, we go on tech tree, America. We have the Farragut here, we grind tier 6, we go up to the Hughes, which is the tier 7, then the Osborne, and then the Christopher, and then the Burrows at tier 10. So if you want to get the Burrows, that's the line you have to go up. If you want me to cover any of those, maybe the Osborne or the Hughes or the Christopher, do let me know. I'm kind of wanting to cover the Hughes, but it is a tier 7, so not as many people might watch it. But I do like the Sims class. I assume it's a Sims class destroyer, so we'll see. If you want me to cover it, do let me know. But I think that's pretty much it for the Burrows. I actually don't cover ship characteristics normally anymore, but I guess we can cover it since it's a new ship completely. If you like, I did receive a point of feedback last time from one of the viewers saying I should cover the ship characteristics. So 28,800 HP is our max HP in this case. I did take HP flag for that. For our guns, we've got 137 millimeter guns at 2.9 second reload. SAP HE, we didn't really use much HE there, but we've got a 9% fire chance, which is also pretty decent actually with the reload we have at 2.9. 13.1 kilometer gun range, which is actually pretty decent. Shell travel time seems pretty easy to use, so overall pretty good. Torpedoes, we've got these 10.5 kilometer torps, 19k damage. Only one torpedo launcher with 5 torps, so not anything too crazy. AA defense. Maneuverability. 38.9 knots, pretty fast ship overall. Plus we've got that 10% speed boost. Is gearing 10%? I thought gearing was 8%. So we're going to actually take a look at that really fast if possible. Gearing is 8%. So you've got that 10% speed boost for you, which is pretty nice. 720 meter turning circle radius. And for concealment, we've got a 6.5 kilometer detection, which is pretty decent actually for a ship of this size and with the firepower it has. But that's pretty much the Burrows, guys. Sorry for the long description there of the ship characteristics. But I hope you enjoyed the video regardless. If you did, please leave a sub or a like to the chat. Well, sub and like, I would appreciate both if possible. And even commenting if you have any feedback on how I can improve the content in the future. But that's pretty much it for this video, for the ship review for the Burrows. And I'll see you in the next one. Big fan.